Take a look at this man. He is, or let me say, he was the richest billionaire under 30 in just less than 3 years with a net worth of $26 billion. Today, not only he's broke, but he's having lots of debts and is facing judicial pursuits. The crypto world is under crisis and this man has a hand in it. The fall of all the popular cryptocurrencies that we've noticed this week is because of this man, Sam Bankman-Fried. He was a former boss of FTX. If you don't know FTX, we're going to look at that in this video, so stick with me to the end. So guys, this is your boy Breezy, and today we're going to look into the story of this Sam Bankman-Fried. He's been making the top headlines of the news in the past weeks. This story is very interesting and I'll use it to give some advice if you let me to at the end of this video. So let's go. Alright, around 2014-2015, Sam Bankman-Fried, we're going to call him Sam, our good friend Sam. Sam discovers a loophole where he can trade cryptocurrency and make a lot of money. He noticed that the price of Bitcoin in the US is far cheaper than the price of Bitcoin in Japan. So he decided to buy Bitcoins in US and sell them in Japan. With this good business, this good idea, he was able to make $24 million just in a day. He made a lot of money that he had the means to open his own company, Alameda Research. Alameda Research is like a bank, but that offers trading of cryptocurrency too. This company, Alameda Research, is going to be very important in the story I'm about to tell you. Let's say it's not a story, it's like real life. It just happened some few weeks ago. In 2019, he created his own exchange company, FTX, and his own coin, FTT. Like I said at the beginning of the video, FTX is a platform, is a company that exchanges cryptocurrencies, just like Binance. I don't know if you know Binance. It's the #1 company in the whole world for cryptocurrency exchange. So FTX is one of these companies. It was made in 2019. It grew big so fast that it became the second largest exchange company, just behind Binance. So now Sam owns two companies, FTX, that's an exchange company, Alameda Research, that's like a bank and a trading company. And it now turns out that there's a conflict of interest between these two companies. Sam was using customer deposits on FTX as loans in his company, in his bank, Alameda Research, for trading. So basically it was like you, a customer, you save your money on his platform FTX and uses that money to trade in his bank, in his trading company. So it's illegal, it's actually illegal to use the funds of customers to go and trade. And you know, trade is like gambling, so it's illegal to use customers' funds to go and gamble, because that's what it is. And what is hilarious about this is that Sam's company FTX, when you look at the guidelines, they actually forbid that. They are against that, but they are the first ones that use the funds of customers. But without the customers knowing, it was reported that about $10 billion was transferred. $10 billion of customer funds was transferred from FTX to Alameda Research. That's crazy. It's reported that a lot of employees working for FTX and Alameda Research said Sam was the one controlling everything. If they tried to go against him or ask questions about his practice, his company, they'll be fired. The thing is, FTX was growing so well. In 2021, it was able to make $10 billion a day and he had 1 million users. It means he had trustworthy customers, trustworthy investors. You could see him promote himself to YouTubers and celebrities like Steph Curry and Tom Hardy.
Sam has $22 billion and he wants to donate all of it to charity.
So he made sure he polished his image. He made sure for the consumers, for the customers, he always looked clean. You won't see him riding the latest Lamborghini. Nah, he was having a Toyota Corolla.
Hold on, where's your car?
It's that one there.
That's like what, a Toyota?
Yeah, it's a Corolla.
Why don't you buy a Lamborghini, man?
I didn't have any particular need for one.
He made donations to support the war in Ukraine. He offered $5 million to Joe Biden, president of the USA. With the rise of inflation in the US, that's when everything started going wrong for Mr. Sam Bankman-Fried. So risk assets like cryptocurrencies started to drop, and this really had a bad impact on Alameda Research that was making big losses. So a lot of crypto firms started falling and some will buy them at very low prices. Meanwhile, his second company, Alameda Research, was making big losses from bad trade. Now you ask yourself, why is it that he was buying other crypto knowing that his own company was facing a bad situation? It's simple. Sam never let his customers know that he was going through a difficult stage. He was the kind of guy always showing everything is good, the company is well. He didn't want people to get scared about the financial situation of his companies. Alameda was going through such a bad phase that Sam had to make a transfer of $4 billion from FTX to Alameda. This got a lot of curiosity from people because this was the largest transfer ever made in the crypto exchange world. But then Sam tweeted and said everything is fine, there's no risk. But what people didn't know was that the $4 billion he transferred was from FTX to Alameda. They thought it was still within FTX. The transfer of $4 billion Sam made from FTX to Alameda was in FTT, so they were not actually dollars. So Alameda was using funds in terms of FTT, but that was fine since FTT had a great value at that time. Now the person at the head of Alameda Research is Sam's girlfriend. She has close to no competence in the trading world. Known as the CEO of Alameda Research, she went on a video call and said sometimes FTX uses customers' money to meet Alameda Research liabilities, and that's totally illegal. But how will she know when she has no competence in the sector? So after a number of leaks and rumors on the internet, CoinDesk reviewed a private document from Alameda Research, and they found that 14 billion assets of Alameda were not in dollars but in FTT, a cryptocurrency created by an individual that fixed its value as he wants. Things used to be cool because the value of FTT was rising, but very soon Alameda's assets will be only made of FTT, or in majority made of FTT. So when they started to have rumors about the financial stability of FTX from here and there, especially with that leak from CoinDesk, that's when the boss of Binance, CZ, came into play. Turns out in the past, CZ bought 2 million FTTs. All what was going, the rumors and everything that was going about FTX, CZ came and said he's going to liquidate the 2 million FTT he has on his platform. This was bad news for Sam Bankman-Fried. This was the beginning of the end. This was like a bomb because in the next days, FTT significantly dropped and so did FTX reserves. Things were so bad that FTX didn't even have money for withdrawals, for its customers' withdrawals. And by the time you want to make a withdrawal, you go on a platform, withdraw your money, you're supposed to access your money easily. When Sam Bankman-Fried saw that things were really bad, he offered to sell FTX to the CEO of Binance. Do you imagine? Binance was like a close competitor. Actually, it would be great for CZ to buy FTX at a potentially very low price. This would directly eliminate his closest competitor and he will consolidate power. But because FTX is in a mess and the books aren't clean, CZ doesn't want the feds on his ass, so he won't purchase FTX. This will have totally saved Sam Bankman-Fried. On the 11th of November, Sam files FTX for bankruptcy. He resignates to his position of CEO of FTX. That's how bad things have gone for Sam. FTX went to an estimated worth of $2 billion earlier this year to absolutely nothing today. Customers of FTX have seized the reporting, account balance reading zero. Meanwhile, they have money. They're supposed to have money in the account. A lot of people just went broke. A lot of investors lost their money. We're talking about millions, billions even, because FTX had about 140 affiliated companies, and most of these companies, almost all of them, are facing bankruptcy now. The crypto world now is under big uncertainty because from what I just showed you, FTX had a really big influence. Because of all this, it will be hard for people to trust cryptos. And I want to advise you, if you're an investor, don't invest more than you can lose, because nothing is quite sure, especially in this world of cryptos and not only cryptos, in all the other investments out there. If you're not sure about something, or if you don't understand something, it's better you don't invest. Don't invest more than you can lose. Now, you might be asking yourself, how did people not notice this? How did the pioneers in the crypto industry not notice this? The thing is that Sam really had a big influence with all his money. As I said, he always made sure he had a polished image. And I want to say, people really chose not to see the truth in front of them, because it happens that while an investor was making a transfer to Sam, an investment of about $21 billion, Sam received the transfer while playing video game. That shows how unserious he was. But instead of people saying that, people were instead saying he's cool, this is a cool guy. And here we are with the promotion Sam had from big companies, because a lot of media supported him. As I said before in this video, Sam made donation to politicians and everything. Who knows if he co-opted some of them to close an eye. So I want to say, be careful of all the promotions and advertisements you see around there. Don't see because this popular channel they are promoting this brand or this company, it means they are legit. No, because this is a serious case. A lot of people trusted this man Sam Bankman-Fried and his company TFX. Today Sam is in the hands of the police, waiting for further investigations. We don't know if the investors will ever get their money back. We don't know if the customers will ever get their money back, because it turns out the company was such a mess that they didn't even have a board of directors. Imagine, a lot of these big companies that you know, they have shareholders. But this was not the case for FTX, because FTX was held only by Sam. He was the one making the big decisions. It wasn't a company like others. So I really think people chose not to see the truth in front of them, because Sam really sold his image well. People chose to see him as a humble guy, as the most generous billionaire, the billionaire that's not like the other ones. But behind the scenes, Sam was even more evil
than what he thought.
He wants to get rich in order to impact the world and change it.
Try to think about what are the most important problems facing the world today, and what can you do to help make those as much better as possible.
In the next few decades, Sam may become a trillionaire.
You know, right now is the World Cup in Qatar, and before this competition started, there were a lot of problematics around it. So if you want to know a bit more about it, about these problems surrounding the Qatar World Cup 2022, make sure you check this video and let me know what you think about the Sam Bankman-Fried. And if you are a trader, if you are more familiar with the cryptocurrency world, make sure you comment down there and let me know if I've not been clear in some points, if I've not explained some points very well. And I'll meet you in another video next week, probably, hopefully. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, to share, and catch you later. Peace.